We age 10 now. So Arbok is Cobra backwards. Ekans, it's Snake backwards. So what is Muk? Ouch. But really though, what is Muk? Like really, what the muck is it? Well, here at Team Noggin, we're delving into each and every Pokemon. Eventually. Probably. My team wanted me to say that disclaimer, just in case I miss the others I don't like Ambipom and Heatmore. And today, we spun the wheel of Pokemon and landed on one of my favorite goo-based Pokemon, Muk. By which I mean I bought this Muk plush, and I have to justify the purchase. By which I mean I needed a way to figure out how to put Gardevoir in more thumbnails, because you guys eat that right up. But really, what is Muk for realsies? Well, to figure that out, let's first take a look at some of Muk's Pokédex entries. We will see quite a few recurring themes.
Hi. Special announcement. Noggin.net. We're having a big sale on stuff. It's the first sale we've ever had. It's only for the rest of this month. It's a Black Friday sale, but it starts now. And if you're watching this video after the sale's over, well, you could still buy stuff because it all supports the channel a lot. And it looks cool. I mean, look at these shirts. Look at these stickers. They're really, really nice. And with that, the video should be over 10 minutes.
Firstly, it's got a rather horrid smell. In fact, in Pokemon Ruby, it states that it's nose-bleedingly smelly. So, assuming that it gives people nosebleeds upon breathing the air around it, now that's pretty intense. Like, I know Japanese people have high blood pressure, at least according to anime, in statistics, but nosebleeds, just a rank stench? Ooh. Also, as summer sets in, the Muk heats up, which makes the stench worse. It also eats garbage, and pollution, and sewage, and really anything that smells bad, and we're assuming that this is where the Pokemon gets its poison type from. Really, Muk and Grimer are the 90s pollution PSA of Pokemon. Thus, it coming out in the 90s, and it just be a living 90s pollution. Hence the purple. I could see Muk as a villain in Captain Planet. He's our hero. So, it's stinky pollution, like DeviantArt using MS Paint. But to figure out exactly what Muk is, let's look at its potency. I mean, in Crystal, it is stated that, as it moves, a very strong poison leaks from it, making the ground there barren for 3 years. 3 years?! What makes plants not able to grow there for 3 years? That's 1,095 days! Then in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, it states a toxic fluid seeps from its body. The fluid instantly kills plants and trees on contact. So again, plants are weak, apparently, to its poisons. Interestingly enough, one of the Dex entries also talks about its dirt-like appearance, though it is from Stadium. It becomes indistinguishable if it hides in dirt. Touching its sludge-covered body causes horrible poisonings. Touching it can cause a horrible fever as well, and one that needs many days of bed rest to get over. So what I'm getting at is that this thing is stinky, toxic, and looks like dirt, making it the perfect Pokemon. To some. Did you know there are actually fans of Muk? Weirdies. All of them. And before we actually get into it, I know that you people, yes you, the ones already at the keyboard, there is that popular theory that Muk is just a bunch of worms. I'm serious. Tubifex, or otherwise known as the sludge worm. They are pretty gross. And when it gets really wet, they love to glob up in a grody mass. And they also like to live in sewers, just like Muk. But Muk has eyes. And a mouth, with a tongue, even. It's not like how big Wishy-Washy is obviously a massive fish, but worms. Also, these worms aren't exactly terribly toxic, they're just kind of gross. So while it is a fun theory that a lot of people have as their headcanon, nah. Okay, let's dive into some poisons. Let's not do that. Let's look at some poisons and figure out what's going on. Now, assessing toxicity is not easy. the chemical state of a substance is important, as is how we ingest it. For instance, if we swallowed liquid mercury, you'd probably get mercury poisoning. However, if you were to breathe in vaporous mercury, you would for sure die. In fact, that's a good start. Mercury, one of the more deadly metals, known as quicksilver to some. It is dangerous to plants, but not all that much. And this is similar to other extremely toxic to us substances, like botulinum toxins, one of the most deadly substances known to man. It's got an LD50 of 5! Oh, by the way, here NG stands for nanogram, which is 1/1000th of a gram. And an LD50 is how we measure how poisonous something is. It's basically how much of a substance does it take to kill 50% of those exposed to it. So in this case, oh yeah, a very small amount to kill. Scary. But these are all deadly for humans. Muck is just toxic to the point where humans only get a severe fever, but to plants, it's absolute death. So we're looking for an herbicide, really. Like weed killer, but for all plants. But now get this. I'm probably on some FBI list now. You wouldn't believe how hard it is to research which of these toxins is the deadliest. Half of all of the resources we looked through were all redacted, had parts of it blacked out, covered up by big companies and/or the government. But we managed. What are the best ones out there? Well, it's definitely not glyphosate, a weed killer that is a great contact poison. Good at killing, but unlike muck, it doesn't leave the ground barren for years. Though I suppose muck could be just part that. Another thing that kills plants indiscriminately is vinegar. In fact, anything that alters the ground's pH balance is good at killing most plants. Heck, if you change the pH balance in the ground enough, it may actually take years for it to grow plant life again. I mean, did you know that just plain old salt could make an area barren of plant life for years? It takes a ton of rain to make the ground usable again. I mean, there's a reason you'd salt the earth of your enemies, making their farms barren for years. It's quite rude. So I guess muck could be super salty. Like a young Smash fan in air quotes. Who the muck is Terry? Oh my goodness, look at the time! I haven't fearmongered yet. Okay, how about this? A popular herbicide called atrazine. It's the herbicide most commonly found in American drinking water. The European Union banned it in 2004, but the EPA reevaluated and okayed atrazine use in 2009. While it breaks down quickly in soil, it tends to hang around in water. Almost 90% of drinking water in the United States has atrazine in it, at least according to an analysis of the US Department of Agriculture data by the Pesticide Action Network. But are they really trustworthy? But I mean, it can't be that scary. Why did the EU even ban this weed killer? Oh, because it messes with hormones, affects the immune system, and is linked to birth defects. No biggie. I mean, those mega food corporations gotta make as much money as possible, and atrazine is cheap. So cheap! What else? What else? Oh, Agent Orange comes to mind. It was pretty bad. So bad, in fact, that it's on our list of possibilities. It's classified as a deforestant. That's right. Herbicides kill plants. Deforestants kill forests. Agent Orange was made to deforest the jungle, and it worked. It also killed hundreds of kids, like any child vaguely nearby the jungle. It's bad stuff. In fact, it's so bad that you can still see the scars of the forest left by it, even though it happened decades ago. Seriously bad stuff. And it's all thanks to the dioxin left in the ground. Yeah, you thought toxins were bad. Now mix toxin with the word die. So it's for sure possible that muck is a mixture of many different chemicals, including some of these, because they kill plants fast, leave the ground barren for years, and make people really sick too. I mean, Grimer is said to come from X-rays from the moon messing with industrial waste pumped out from factories. While the X-rays from the moon thing is stupid and dumb, it being industrial waste does point to its heavily toxic nature. Muck is uck, and likely all these poisons mixed with sewage and doused in purple food coloring. It's no fun. No fun at all. I didn't write anything for this part, so never stop using your noggin.